Ladies and gentlemen, as I struggle drinking the very addictive Turner's iced tea. Tuesday is the day. 6:30 is the time. It's snowing like shit outside, which means I know you're on your ass. And if you're not here, there's something wrong with you. Because it's the RankKing's court, and we got Vo and Derek as always. What's going on, boys?
We're back, Austin.
Hello.
Back for another week.
We have not been canceled by our dickhead boss yet.
Thankfully.
Yeah, that guy.
Thankfully. It was a close one.
Why don't we have
Close one.
PTO?
Yeah, when's our vacation?
When do we
I
start
don't,
getting paid?
I don't get the time to put in those financials, honestly. It's crazy. But, yes, there's a lot to divulge tonight, depending on two things that get flipped off by our
By who?
very, very productive
No
team.
one saw that.
Who did that?
There's a ghost in here.
Ooh, who did that? Ooh.
That was good.
Oh, man. All right, so
What's that?
what do we first of all, before we even get into last week's thing and before we branch off into the magical realm of our later topic, we got to figure out where the hell we're going to be doing this. So, Vo, would you carefully read that ad read for me?
I guess so, Austin. Tonight we're live today from the Union Fitness Studios, located on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. Union Fitness is more than a traditional gym. It is a place where you can transform yourself inside and out with a variety of classes based around fitness, yoga, strength, and performance training. At Union Fitness, they believe that it is their duty to hold themselves and their clients to a higher standard. They practice what they preach and uphold the values that make Union Fitness the community that it is. Go to unionfitness.com today to sign up for a consultation. Through Union, there is strength.
I always feel bad when it's like a fitness thing and I'm like crushing a pizza in the background and be like, yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of times that I've brought beer through this gym and pizza and Wendy's and Arby's and Taco Bell, Austin,
All right,
it's just one of those things where like everyone that came in here, there was people that would come in the studio back in the early days when the gym was still popping. And they would be like, I just feel weird being the only one in jeans. And I said, fuck that. You're the only one in jeans. Everyone else is here for the same reason. Why are you here? It's mysterious. It's kind of sexy. Worked for one person.
That's a very interesting point there.
Thank you, Austin.
At one point, I'm going to show up in jorts there. No reason. I'm just going to do it.
Just like John
Cena works out.
Right?
Stone Cold works out and drinks beer. So
I love beer.
I love me but beer. Thing I love me more than bear a lot of times is proving how right I am. So if we go back to last week's
Jesus, Lord, now
ranking,
There we go.
we talked all about the top 10 Star Wars films. Not a lot of criticisms here, I think. I had one of my buddies back up in Clarion, Chico, somehow argue
Chico
that
Bean.
he wanted Last Jedi in last and Phantom Menace at 9.
Mhm.
And he says that Attack of the Clones was very, very low and he was very disappointed. Nothing in my pure existence as a human being makes me put Attack of the Clones any higher based on that garbage that was wrapped in garbage, then set ablaze and thrown into more garbage relationship between Anakin and Padme. If I had to listen to Anakin talk about, I hate sand, one more fucking time, it's so stupid.
I liked Natalie Portman.
Did I say I hated Natalie Portman?
Hey, you didn't say those exact
Oh,
words.
there we go. I didn't say it. Thank you. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Hayden Christensen.
Put him back up there with his stupid. Don't show us again.
Don't
If he
show
wants
us.
to, if he wants to make me feel awkward, put him back up there with just
I'm
his
not making
ranking.
him feel
Put him
awkward.
back up there with just his ranking.
No, man. I think we're all pretty capable of like seeing the bigger picture with putting the ones ahead that are. I think one of my friends, another one from Clarion, Alec, was arguing of why Revenge of the Sith wasn't in the top 3.
Yeah, a lot of people were asking about that, moving Revenge of the Sith especially.
Yeah, so personally, I had it at 3 before when I did this before, but the more I thought about it, the 3 that are ahead of it, A New Hope, Rogue One and Empire Strikes Back. A New Hope starts the whole thing. So it's the building block to where Star Wars is going to go down the line. And it tells the amazing magical journey that lies before it. Rogue One was the amazing true story that connected Episode 4 to our number 1, Episode 5. And all 3 of those movies were electric. I understand the plot. I understand the plot.
I'm out with you here.
Okay.
Like Pikachu.
Me personally, yeah, Revenge of the Sith at one point was number 3, but you have to look at the bigger picture of what made it possible to be that high, and that's the building block of Episode 4, personally. So, I mean, did we have any grievances?
Han Solo.
Yeah, I know you still. I know.
Where is Solo?
Just can't, man.
He wants to be a pilot.
That's all he wants to be.
That's all.
That's all he wants
to be a pilot, man.
Nemo just wants to touch the butt. He just wants to be a pilot. Like, I get it, but
I want to touch the butt.
He just wanted to be on your list. That's all he wanted.
I know, man, but I don't know. There's properties of that movie that I understand, but it was a weird thing going to as a Star Wars fan, as it felt to me a lot like more or less of a space western than what Star Wars was. Again, personal opinion, so I know it's not going to be agreed by everybody. All I can see is your hat.
Also, I want to say it's a little lazy to do back-to-back weeks of the same theme.
I don't know if it's... I mean, not technically.
Did we announce tonight's theme yet?
We didn't get there yet.
Exactly, so I will prove my point when we get there.
We can start off with the Instagram ranking, Austin.
Y Lime says Attack of the Clones is one of the best ever.
False. You can't tell me that's one of the best ever. That's such a
She just did.
You have a trash ass statement hat in there, D?
No. I'm wearing my creative, so we're thought-provoking individuals today. We're not trash ass statement people.
Okay.
I try to be nice on your show.
Maybe bring that hat.
Just pull out of anywhere.
Yeah, I do need to get that hat just in here, living here.
So, you can't tell me that movie's good. Like, you just can't.
Oh, but it beat Han Solo.
It did beat Solo.
Okay.
So it is kind of good.
So, let's transfer into the topic for tonight.
Ouch.
As we look at the wonderful, magical world known as Disney. Yeah, I get it. Same theme, Disney owns Star Wars. It's not the point. It's Disney.
I would assume that if you do the best Disney movies, the list would be the same.
Shut up.
I mean, there weren't any Star Wars movies on the...
Wow.
Thanks for spoiling it, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, true, right? This guy. Let's do it.
All right, let's start off with the Instagram rank that we put out earlier today.
Hell yeah, brother.
Because we got a lot of replies on this that I didn't realize until I actually looked on my Instagram today. So, I mean, the Instagram rank was the best Disney sidekicks. So, I mean, I thought this was where it needed to be, man. You have what? You have number 5, Lumiere, and Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast. I thought those two were like great together companions. Olaf from Frozen. Like, I know you want to put the later films in there, and like Olaf is always remembered to be that like remarkable candidate for it. Mushu, underrated. And if anybody says he didn't deserve to be in this top 5, you're a quack, because that's just out of here. An emphasis on the quack. So, 2, 1 and 2, I struggled a lot back and forth because of just the personalities. But I decided to finally go with the genie from Aladdin at 2, with Timon and Pumbaa at 1 from The Lion King. Now, do you guys have all the ones that had been presented in the question before? Like, do you have that?
I have the ones that were sent to me.
Oh, okay. That might have been.
Yeah, I just put it up on my story and basically.
Okay.
Which some of the comments coming in, you have to realize Attack of the Clones was one of the first new Star Wars movies that came in the memorable in my lifetime. I was too young for Phantom Menace to entice me as a kid. I think that's a fair assessment. And Poor Abu didn't make the list. The genie shouldn't count as a sidekick. Greg's girlfriend might be onto something. Here are the ones. So I said, what did he leave off of the 5? Some are serious, some are stupid. Pain and Panic was sent in from Hercules. They're sidekicks of...
I would say they're more henchmen than sidekicks.
Fair assessment. There's a picture of I made steak lettuce wraps for lunch. That was
those look pretty good.
Yeah, thank you. It was very good.
Hey, you're welcome.
Flounder and Sebastian.
Yep,
that's a big one.
That's a big one. That was the one I was gonna say.
Miko and Flit.
Yep.
The raccoon. Pocahontas.
Pocahontas. Yep.
The Pittsburgh Steelers getting beat by the Browns in the 2020 playoffs, which I put a picture of a baby yawning and Big Ben holding his football trophy. So
who sent that one in?
Bueno.
I figured it was Bueno.
And then Magic Carpet.
See, okay, I get that, but if you're gonna say that, then you might as well say all of them. I think that the genie sticks out the most as the main.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't treat the genie as a sidekick, even though he isn't. You know what I mean? I think that's what people.
His personality is so big that people don't identify him as his sidekick.
Yes,
but he is more importantly as a sidekick.
Bullseye from Toy Story 2 was sent in by Justin Boyd.
Oh, that is a good one.
And Turk from Tarzan, and then
technically be any Toy Story character.
Honestly, and then Dre sent in Dory, Sebastian, Flounder, Buzz are all better picks than stupid Olaf. To which I put a GIF of Olaf and his tears are snowballs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
In case you can, yeah. So
tell Dre that if he wrote enough, I'd consider his opinions.
Here we go.
Yeah, you are attacking Dre. Let's.
It used to be Denny.
You attacked me the whole damn time. I'm not punching back at this. This is stupid.
You're not punching back, or you're not holding back your punches.
I'm not the punching bag. I'm not. The
okay, punching bag. Yeah. Suck it, Dre.
I don't know, man. I thought this was fair, to say the least. If anything on this, you could argue of is Genie 1 or is Timon and Pumbaa 1? So, do you think that that's actually the correct place for those two? Or do you think that something else on this list should change?
They're 1 for me. They're the most iconic characters in modern literature history, because the whole story is Hamlet, basically. But it's a story of the young person with a lot of responsibility that runs away and finds a fun outlet and then goes back and gets said responsibility. So we all love them.
I always love the transition between Timon and Pumbaa for the Lion King 1.5 film. If you guys have not seen, it's hilarious. Am I getting scolded right now for eating?
I had to spit out my sunflower seeds, and you are eating a pizza.
Making us starve here.
Steak hoagie.
All right. Let's dive.
Move on. Let's move on to the radical ranking number 1.
Yep.
Agree, Wyland. So abrupt.
Jesus. We back?
We're back.
I literally can't tell because all I can see is Derek's face.
You were supposed to look at Bo, and he was supposed to give you hand signals, and that's one of the reasons it's
but
over
you had
here.
the camera on yourself.
Oh, I was doing a bit. All right. Give him a thumbs up. Let's try it again.
Hey, we're back. So, the first radical ranking tonight on the subject of Disney comes to us, the top Disney villains. Now, I could have done a top 10 with this, and I'm pretty sure I've done a top 10 with this. So I thought I'd weed it out a little bit and see what I could pull to be a top 5. So, fingers crossed, I believe this is absolutely correct, but obviously there are going to be controversial statements. So, let's start off with number 5, which is the brawn and less brainy Gaston.
No one. I don't know the
Something
words,
to
but I
that.
fucking love Gaston. He is really cool. He's got gloves and no mask on. I love me some Gaston, and yes, I love Gaston.
He does not have a mask on.
The bobblehead of the hockey player just looked away from me, and it's now facing the wall.
He turned around. He didn't like that song.
Ooh, some spooky shit.
You cut your shit. Okay. You are good.
He's actually freaked out right now. Who is that?
He
Kevin
did that.
Stevens.
Yeah, he did that.
His deck just broken?
I don't know.
No, he legit turned around. He didn't like the Gaston song.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But go ahead, continue.
That was fucking terrifying.
So,
That was heads off.
so many qualities of why we are supposed to hate Gaston. You know, he's that big,
100%
muscle-bound,
obsessed.
arrogant, like self-absorbed piece of shit that you knew in high school that peaked too early, and he has muscles and shit. Like, this is one of the most infuriating. Which I felt bad because in my comparing the bloggers to villains, this is what I gave Elsas. So
I didn't even
He
remember
gave me
that.
Scar.
it did give you score.
Motherfucker, stupid ass.
Well, I don't remember what I gave you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember this one.
I'll look it up. You keep going, Austin. I got research. We have a search
Yeah.
bar on our blog now, so.
Oh, that's right.
Big search bar guy.
Didn't
So,
know that.
You're welcome, world.
So yeah, Gaston at 5. I feel that's where he primarily deserves to be, at least in the top 5, because he's considered one of the more humanistic evil villains.
Did you know that you wrote a blog about this in 2019, Oz?
Yeah.
Okay, Gaston has moved up from number 6 to number 5.
Oh,
I love that.
Oh, cool.
Well, good, Gaston.
he's moving up in the
Well done,
ranks.
buddy.
We'll move on from 5 to 4 to the evil sea queen bitch Ursula.
Out of the research department, nobody was compared to Ursula, which is probably for the best.
Yeah,
and Ursula has moved down significantly in the ranking from 2 to 4.
Oh,
I
was that out of 10 or was
This was out of 10,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so Ursula is very unique. She's more of your snake, strike when needed, plan in motion Disney villains, rather than the ones that rush head forward without thinking and everything and become a huge PowerPoint to the movies.
You
I
can
don't
allow
know.
that. Press allow on it. Sorry, Austin, you keep going. There was something in the chat that I was just helping Vo out with.
Okay. So in instance, like, she's built to be this like very muscle bound character, so you expect that there's going to be a lot of like force that she brings. That's not really until the end. In the beginning parts, it's a lot of her brain. She is a lot of the brain and brawn complement that go along with this, because she comes up with a plan to steal Eric and Ariel's voice. So, I mean, this goes to show you a lot of the rumors that women can't let other women be happy. So it's crazy, man.
Should I read that comment? Is that not allowed?
No, Denny wrote in she's a hoe.
She's a hoe.
And that's why I was saying the allowed thing, because it technically flagged it as a naughty word. That's all.
It's just Denny being naughty.
Yeah.
She's
In the
still
end,
a hoe.
in the end, she, like the iceberg that the Titanic crushed, was how she met her end, which I thought was kind of lame. She got pierced by a ship and was like, "Arr!" and then just disappeared.
A lot of blubber.
So, I don't know, man. It was essentially an odd ending, to say the least, considering you have the power of like the trident in your hand and you get pierced by a ship and that's how you die. But it's whatever. We'll move
happens.
on to number 3, a guy that Zach had no problems agreeing with, which still boggles my mind. This is Judge Claude Frollo.
From the research department. Fortunately for Thoughts on the Bench as a company and individuals as a whole, nobody was called Judge Frollo.
Might have been Zach.
Judge Froyo.
Might have been.
No, Zach wasn't in the company when he wrote that article.
Right.
And
But
Judge
I'm saying if I
Froyo,
didn't rewrite it, Zach would have been
Judge Froyo did not make the top 10 Disney villains list originally. So what
Yeah.
an underdog story.
Moved up.
To celebrate, we should all congratulate Ylime on subbing to our Twitch channel.
Thank you. We
Woo!
appreciate that.
All hail the ranking.
Yep. All hail the ranking.
Sometimes.
Shut up, Bo. So, with this, I didn't realize like how dark and in depth this character was until I actually dove in, and because I know at some point
Bad.
I had not watched The Hunchback of Notre Dame the whole way through, and I finally sat down and was able to, and I just realized that this man wanted to just bring absolute genocide and hellfire to everybody that crossed his path, especially with like the gypsies and everything that went on. Like it's extermination. So I don't think a Disney villain has come quite close to that in recent years. Everyone always, I'm gonna take over the world, but he literally wants to just murder people because he's fucking crazy. So
Yeah.
I felt like having him off of my previous top 10 was a huge sin, and decided to make him midway at number 3.
Yeah,
Can't hate it.
you just want to be on his good side.
Genocide is bad.
Genocide is bad.
Mm-hmm.
So, to avoid...
Denny says, what the hell, Hades better be 1 or 2, so lots of anticipation.
No. Number 2.
Not reading that comment.
I'll read it. You ready for this comment, Austin?
Yeah, what is it?
It says, Austin kind of got that looks of Quasimodo. I bet you can't guess who said that.
It's either Denny or Steph. So I'm gonna assume it's Denny.
You're correct.
That
right.
was a really good guess. How did you know that it was Denny?
Because he said something before.
There you go.
Love it, Oz.
Denny, your gambling is worse than your swine ability to absolutely try to rattle me.
Oh,
So, love the fact that Hades is not 2. Number 2 is Maleficent.
There were no Thoughts on the Bench bloggers compared to Maleficent, which is an HR issue. We need more females. Maleficent is sliding down the power ranking from number 1 to number 2.
Yeah. Bang! A lot of it went into this man, and you could argue that it went based off of like the later films that painted her as like more of this tragedy that necessarily went to being a sort of evil, but not really evil, more just vengeful and payback. But this is going strictly off of based of the original animated, Sleeping Beauty, and how dark. I mean, what other Disney villain could turn into a goddamn dragon? Like, actually, I'm sure there might be one, but
Ooh, no. I guess Donkey's from DreamWorks.
yeah,
That's not Disney.
yeah, sex dragon.
Well, yeah, he got into a dragon. That's all I got.
Yeah. That'll do it.
She literally tries to murder this girl and then tries to destroy the kingdom and destroy everybody in it as a dragon, which props to, because that's one of the most badass things I've ever heard from a Disney villain. They're just like, I'm gonna Frieza your ass and just transform into my latest final form to dominate everything.
100%. I think that's the scariest. There's a couple scary villains, but a dragon is terrifying.
Yeah,
For sure.
Unless you're Donkey. So
He's a nice...
Still terrifying, just more in a first date kind of way, not like it's gonna kill me.
A girl dragon.
I mean, Hades could do some pretty crazy shit, but you left him off the damn list.
You don't know that yet, Denny.
Wow, imagine
There's still
Denny.
one left.
Yeah, Denny. Have faith.
I wonder if he took the over-under on this. I'm probably wrong. Number 1 is not Hades.
Well, There you go,
Number
Danny.
1 is arguably one of the best Disney villains, and Derek's look-alike for Disney villain. This is Scar.
Your look-alike?
So I was. Let me read you
His comp. That's
my
what
comp. Scar is a natural-born leader. The same could be said about Derek, though Scar's approach is a bit more bloodthirsty and wicked. Thank you, Austin. They both rose to power and took it by the horns. So within the next year, I can say it's probably safe to say that Nico will kill me and take over the company, and/or one of us has a kid that we don't know about.
That was one of the main problems you brought to me, which is
my kid
still
that I don't know about, or
no, the. I mean, he is your like into power, but if something goes wrong, he knows how to handle it. He can adapt to a situation. Look what he did with the hyenas and everything. Granted, it didn't work out for him in the end because he got ripped to shreds. Which again, Derek, this might come back to he gets ripped to shreds by his own people.
Yeah, I haven't fed the hyenas in a while. So I do want to say this is a true underdog story. Scar came in originally at number 7 on Austin's top 10 Disney villains ranking, which I think both places are very realistic for Scar, because he really is kind of a bitch, but he's a really good villain.
Yeah, he's more of the think ahead, plan ahead, and strike when necessary. Did you find who comped to Vo?
Yes, I did. Ryan Votash, your comp is quite interesting. I'll say what I said before. If Lion King isn't number 1, fuck out of here. It's a fair one. One Henry J. Waternoose. We can assume that physical characteristics of Henry J. Waternoose do not apply to our resident designer of merchandise, Ryan Votash. However, Waternoose was a creator and designer in his own right. He built Monsters, Inc. from the ground up and ran it created a world where monsters scared kids to power the city.
All right. Not gonna lie, I didn't recognize that name until you said Monsters, Inc. I was like, oh, okay.
Waternoose.
Remember the child?
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the top Disney villains, which I think was a hot start. Denny, fuck you and Hades. We'll move on to our second radical ranking. As I eat this pizza. And I'm trying to swallow, but we are back. Thought I would have some time. The second radical ranking for tonight. The top, which I want to, Derek, what did you call me when I made this radical ranking? Okay, so I'm a coward. Derek wanted it to be the top Disney songs, but I decided to go a little more broad with it and say the top Disney soundtracks. Just watch the parking lot. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Might have been the wrong parking lot. So let's go with how many hits and how well the song.
We were muted the whole time.
We weren't muted.
We were minimized for audio the entire. Does that make it better?
We're good now.
Sorry, Austin.
Should be.
All of those awesome questions we asked and awesome thoughts that I had. Ryan sabotaged.
So
Tweeting again.
Bo is minimizing it. I'm scared. But yes, the top Disney soundtracks. These are going to be based off of the number of hits and how well the soundtrack did as a whole. That doesn't necessarily mean how many awards it's won, just how it resembles in the hearts of many Disney fans. Some of these are going to be, I think like one might be but I think these are right where they belong. And in order to explore a whole new world, Val, number 5 is the Aladdin soundtrack. Too high, too low, you got a face.
Yeah, I got a face.
Yeah.
I don't. What do you think?
I think it should probably be one or two more higher.
I mean, it's got heat, brother, and it's got heat. Sarah says 5. It's got heat in the sense of like songs that are great, songs that have great covers. The remake of the movie, Will Smith murdered it. I mean, Friend Like Me is a bop. I Can Show You the World is like the most romantic song when you're below the age of 6th grade ever.
That's true. I don't know. Like,
at least it's in the top 5. That's how.
Yeah. It was not gonna make. It wasn't not gonna make the top 5. But there are like few instances where, like, the top songs from this are "Friend Like Me," "A Whole New World," and
Prince Ali,
I would say
something in broccoli.
Like, I personally always hated "Jump Ahead" or whatever that was because I had to do it for chorus and I hated that song so much.
That's why it's number 5.
That's why it's number 5. We learn a little bit about Austin each week.
Yep. This is our but I think it's properly ranked where it is. Number 4, the Hercules soundtrack.
Not on my top 5.
It's underratedly deserves to be in the top 5. It is not better than Aladdin.
I don't know, man. The amazing ability to incorporate like just the styles of the different songs that we're playing in this. And where else are you going to get Danny DeVito singing a song? I'm just going to say that. I don't know if he sings a lot in Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So.
I will take Robin Williams singing over Danny DeVito every day of the week.
I don't know. Like, there's a lot of great songs from this, whether it's, trying to resist the temptation of love or realizing how great you are in the world or what you need to do and how you go the distance. Like, all of this is a great soundtrack to have. I get Aladdin has great songs, like probably 3 great songs, but Hercules is very well rounded at telling a story through the soundtrack.
Prince Ali, Babianski, boop de doo, broccoli. I mean, you're crazy. Oh man,
Yeah.
you're crazy, dude. Oh.
I mean, doesn't every soundtrack go through the movie?
So
the
yes, but
timing of
this
it?
one with the choir, the storytellers expedite a lot of Hercules' life. So when he's going through the trials of Hercules and kills the lion and all that, that's a song. So there's no like long, like it's one of the few Disney stories that is told over a long period of time.
Yeah. I think it's right where it belongs. We'll move on to number 3. This is for the little bit of old heads that are in the building. Number 3, Beauty and the Beast soundtrack.
All right. This one has some good ones.
I mean, Gaston's a fucking hater. Oh man. I don't know. What are the other ones on this?
You have Be Our Guest, which is fantastic.
Yeah. That alone.
Yeah.
That's just a tremendous song. Yes.
Just Beauty and the Beast, isn't that?
And then
Miss Morgan Marie agrees with you. Got someone to agree with you, man. Look at you.
Always trying. And then you have this entitled Beauty and the Beast song.
Yeah. Be our guest.
Which I had a weird thing is that the first Beauty and the Beast that I watched, I actually watched the Christmas special first, which I don't know how the hell that happened. I know.
You saw that before the actual movie?
Yeah, I know. I couldn't.
The Beast song is a heater.
But I remember that Tim Curry played the organ, and that was one of the most frightful times that I'd seen something. Because Tim Curry's just a scary man.
Agreed with that.
Great
100.
though. Josh is gonna get peeved at me for number 2.
I mean,
The Lion King.
The world is peeved at you.
Yeah.
There is not something that can be said to override Lion King not being number 1. it's just the most memorable songs. Lime says "fuck out of here." I mean, Hakuna Matata's a heater.
Yeah.
You're talking about. "Ah, ta-ba-ta," and I know those aren't the words, but like you know what the fuck I was saying.
It's close,
you know,
though.
I'm saying,
It's
"Here
close.
comes a little line, baby." I mean, it's just the orchestra when the wildebeest stampede is happening and all this stuff. Now, Y Lime's So Morgan agrees with you, and Y Lime wants to unsub.
Good job, Austin.
Happens.
Why two?
Um, no, it's a great soundtrack, man, but it does nothing wrong. But I just personally don't think it beats out number one. I just don't.
I will give you this caveat. I think it is unfair that they got motherfucking Beyonce doing all the remixes. So I will say we're just talking about the movie, and I still put it up at number one. But
With that, the number one for me. Argue if you want. This whole soundtrack is fire. This is the Tarzan soundtrack. Fire. Every single song. Flame, arrow, fire. 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 Every one of it.
I honestly feel like Phil Collins paid you off.
I think he did.
Because
I was drowning.
He's trying to get his name back out there.
it's just yes, there's a lot of good songs from she said nope, and look man, there's a lot of heat on this one, but when it comes down to top, it's just not there.
It's top 5.
Maybe
I don't know. Personally, I felt like I was on a true, like, crazy adventure when I was listening to the soundtrack. Like, I just was.
Ooh, no. So here's my question, Austin. No Mulan.
No
Little Mermaid. How did you leave off? The Little Mermaid was my big one, because I'll tell you what, I don't really like a lot of the songs, but my lord, Under the Sea is top 3 greatest Disney songs ever.
I'm looking at this from like a whole perspective of all the songs, so I get why you would think that, but honestly,
I mean,
without Under the Sea, does it have a leg to stand on in the soundtrack?
Yes.
What,
Yes.
from Ursula's song?
What's the other one? Kiss the Girl?
Kiss the Girl is
The
just
Girl?
La Flame on itself, and the one where she's going through the forks and shit. What's that song called? Little Mermaid soundtrack. We were just listening to songs too.
Yeah, most of them.
Part of Your World?
Most of them were Lion King.
Part
That's
of Your
it?
World is an absolute slapper. Under the Sea is crazy. Steel drums and shit and crabs everywhere. I mean, it's just tough because
It's not even on the top 5.
Nah, man. I mean, Frozen. I mean, Moana.
There's a couple good ones on there. There's a couple
I
good ones.
might quit the show. A couple good songs on Moana. Oh,
He's not that shiny, Derek. Relax. He's not shiny.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson is in Moana, so
That's your number 1.
I'm gonna take 30 seconds.
Take three. I don't know. So for me personally, if I'm gonna branch out of a top 5, a Little Mermaid would probably be 6. I'll say that. It's tough for not putting the rest of these on there, man. But when always creating a top 5, there's always going to be maybe some key ones that are personality based that you left. Ping writes in, I feel Little Mermaid got slighted and Tarzan only made
up,
it to
Jackie.
Phil Collins.
Get him,
who
Jackie.
actually sucks.
Fuck him up, Jackie. Let him
Nah.
know.
I guess no, but
Let him know, Jackie.
why are you against the Disney movies with the female lead?
Oh,
Little
no.
Mermaid, Mulan.
All right, time to go.
Let's not really go there. That's kind of a twisted thing you're trying to put on me, and that's not what it is, and in its slightest. So
We're big damsel in distress guys around here. That's a bad comment. That's funny.
oh man.
Let's
So let's
move on.
let's move on. Yes.
Where's Star Wars in this?
God damn it.
That's
Let's
the best soundtrack.
So if you're gonna go with Star Wars as a whole, then that's multiple
just a
movies.
song?
That's more- Let me hit my title track. Dude, they're still cutting through.
Track number
All right.
1.
Jesus Christ. Let's great debate it. Let's go on.
We're going on the...
Worst producer we've ever had.
He said great debate.
Wow. Oh my lord.
Ray sucks.
You're
Just
just
the
down.
scenes.
Gotcha.
That's what it is.
I'm reading that comment. Ray sucks. That's why.
It was because he hated Kylo Ren, not because of Rey. We're not muted now.
Yeah, we're not muted.
Oh, sorry, you scared the shiznit out of
Yeah,
me.
no,
Open
none of
yours.
Ray's Star Wars movies were top 5 either. Speaking of female leads, that's just because Ray sucked. Straight up. No skill whatsoever, and somehow decides to take on and beat Kylo Ren. Give me a fucking break.
I like Rey. I think
So,
she's pretty, but also really
great debate
smart.
was given to us. Well, to you guys. What is the best live action Disney show and why?
Can you
So-
explain to Ryan what the fuck a live action Disney
Yes,
show is, since that was the
so-
hardest question today?
Live action Disney show.
Should be multiple stuff.
I'm going to hit you. So, live action is anything that's not fucking animated.
Well,
So,
obviously.
don't give me that shit because you were talking about movies in this, so you didn't even know the difference between a movie and a TV
You
show.
did say you sent us back the answer of a literal cartoon
Did not
and
do
said
that.
this is a show. To which I had to say
Oh.
that's not a live action show.
So, anything that was like on Disney Channel, like live action Disney, like that's what I'm getting at here.
Okay.
Does that make more sense?
Total
I mean,
sense.
I'm sticking with my answer.
That's fine. Does it have anything to do with what? Does it stray away from what I just said?
It's a best live action Disney show, and I
Okay.
have why.
Okay. Can you?
Go
I'm
first.
interested. Yeah. Can you go first? I'm interested.
I would like to select The Mandalorian. Ooh, because it's the best.
Sure.
I probably should have thought about that.
How is that a bad pick?
I didn't say it was.
You slammed that pizza down. No, The Mandalorian is by far the best, and maybe that's a little bit cheating, but it is an extension of the greatest universe we've ever been gifted as fans of media, and Jon Favreau's doing it, and I love Bill Burr, and I love the dude who was the snake, and I don't know his name, but he's all sexy and sweaty and stuff during it, and Baby Yoda's dope. Mandalorian.
Baby Yoda, do you agree with that?
Just for that reason, yeah,
He's
sure.
never seen it.
Never seen it.
You
You think I'd
shut
watch
your
that?
mouth.
Damn you. Whew. So
Damn.
I didn't expect that. Well, do you want me to go?
Caught him off guard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
you can go. I'll go last tonight
Okay.
because I still need to know what a show is.
I am going to select a Disney show that I watched all the time when I was a kid. This is The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
That's a great one.
I
That's a great one.
love this
That's a
show.
good one.
That's a great one.
Absolutely loved it. The whole playing between, Ashley Tisdale's character being, smart, and
Mhm.
London Tipton being basically dumb, and Mr. Mosby always. I have the meme going in my head all the time where it shrinks his face. He's like, "Would you like?" And with
It's a great show.
yeah, like
Yeah.
you had the
That's a
guy
good
that was
choice.
always hitting on their mom all the time, which I can't quite remember off the top of my head his name.
Was that the janitor?
The janitor,
Oh.
not
Yeah.
Esteban.
Is it Armin?
No, Esteban was the
Yeah.
He was the bellhop.
he was the bellhop. Yeah,
Was it
because-
I want to say it's Armin, or something. Like
Armin sounds right. Arwin Hockhauser.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Arwin
That's close.
Hockhauser.
shenanigans
Tied
and
100%
everything that
right.
we're getting into this show. There was so much put into it that they made a sequel that was not that great.
The Prindle was great.
the Prindle, yes. Yes, the Sweet Life on Deck, which was,
I thought it was good for what it was.
Yeah, it was a spin-off of what it tried to be or a continuation.
Yeah.
But just not in a hotel. Now we're going in a hotel at the sea. So I think it's good. I would consider it one of my favorite.
Oh, it's a great one.
Favorite live action Disney show.
That
What do you got,
one.
bro?
I'm gonna agree with Denny on this one. He says Even Stevens. Even Stevens was one of my favorite shows growing up. Even when I got Disney Plus, that was the first show I put on. So, they made a movie out of the show, and they had the one episode when it was like the influenza.
Yeah.
It was like a theatrical one. That was a pretty good one.
A hot take that I'll put in before someone puts in. I think it was Disney. Phil of the Future.
Underrated. I think that if I'm not going the Mandalorian route and we're going like on the Disney Channel growing up, it has to be Boy Meets World.
That's a good one.
Another
Boy
one.
Meets World is just great.
Other ones you had like That's So Raven.
That's
Yeah.
Raven.
Yeah.
There was
Montana.
Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah. Was
I think Mandalorian was the best.
I just didn't see that call. I probably should have struck it down, but I just too stupid.
I liked Lizzie McGuire.
That was a good one. What else?
Anybody else think of any other ones?
Let's see. Live action
I'm trying to think what I watched.
shows. Research department activity.
That was one.
Yeah, Wizards of Waverly Place. I mean, there's a lot that have came out that are like Sunny with a Chance. I liked Wizards of Waverly
Never
Place a
watched
lot.
Sunny with a Chance.
I mean, neither. Man, like there's a bunch. Like Tana Montana obviously is one.
The Jersey.
The Jersey?
Do you guys remember that? I wrote an article about it. Not many people remember that one.
No. The Jersey?
Do you know that show, Austin? The Jersey?
This was a Disney Channel show?
Yeah. It's older. But they found like this sport jersey, they put it on, they join the game. They'd like be like Brett Favre in the Super Bowl or something like that.
That's kind of hard.
Like, this just I mean, that's great. Did it come out before Like Mike?
It came out in 1999.
It's older.
Like Mike came out in 2002.
Okay. Because that's like the plot.
Yeah, literally.
Like, so.
Well, no.
No,
They put on the.
You become the athlete.
You become Brett Favre.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're not just really good at the sport.
Yeah.
I thought you like took all of Brett Favre's talent.
No, like you're actually him inside the game, like playing against all the athletes and everything.
Okay, you're not just like a 10-year-old quarterback throwing 50-yard down.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not yet, no.
No, that's where all that stuff comes in. So, this was our great debate on the best live-action Disney show. I really want to discredit The Mandalorian from Derek's, but I can't. So
both of mine are winners.
We will take a commercial break, and we will be back with the official ranking.
Let's dive right into sports, as I have strong opinions on it. Which college team could beat a professional team in the same sport right now?
Okay.
There is not a single answer that is better than the LSU Tigers defeating the Cincinnati Bengals.
Even if I know the pitch that's coming, every other part of me is still normal.
That's why it's frustrating for me, Greg.
It's like okay, if I know what something is coming, I know ahead of time, I still have to be able to do the action to get the result that I need.
Okay, so they won 3 games in 10 years with 3 rebuilds.
I don't lose at arguments.
Especially about fast food, so yeah.
You will never walk alone. Guess what? Now you will. Coronavirus.
I barely touch my girlfriend's cat. The most I'd be willing to do is like just kind of put my finger on its forehead and just like.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with us is Alex Kazor from Steelers Depot.
We are live with Ryan Smith, professional cornhole player in the ACL. Ryan,
what all franchises were you able to work with in the NHL?
With Phoenix, Carolina, and Detroit.
No. So here is Moorhead's ranking. Moorhead is my cousin. He is the rank king.
Higher
Top 10 extra Power Rangers.
Whoa.
Okay. This is The top 10 emo songs of the 2000s.
There's only one correct answer for number one.
Why is F is for Family better than Futurama when Futurama is like Star Wars for potheads? Like
I know. Well, I think
We have one or two that are mad in the chat.
you're welcome for that.
Okay, we're gonna get banned.
If you had one jersey to pick from across all of sports, what do you think it would be?
Reebok era maroon Atlanta Thrashers alternative jerseys. I mean, can we talk about A+ potential? They look like soccer jerseys, but they're hockey jerseys.
I think we're gonna have to pass. So what's your favorite college football jersey out there?
Oh, it's Coastal Carolina. Chanticleers, right?
Dude, are you serious? Dude, that's my team.
The jersey
Hey, no,
sucks. Oh no, dude, that jersey's trash. I don't even like college football. It's so stupid.
What the hell is this? So as far as NFL jerseys or just football jerseys in general, I guess what's your peak jersey? What does it look like? Which one is your favorite?
Well, you gotta go with the Buffalo Bills home.
No, I'm gonna stop you there. I think we're gonna move on. We don't need any homers on the show, so I appreciate you calling in, man.
And I would say, Smalls, I have an incredible passion for Arena League football jerseys.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, that was a great league. I mean, do you venture outside of that at all?
The best one, I'd say I have a lot of Penguins jerseys.
Did you say you said jerseys?
Yeah, you've never heard of a jersey?
No, I know what it is, but you would say that's your favorite?
Yeah, because they're short sleeves, so you can move around a lot better.
You mean that ironically, of course, right? You mean that ironically, right?
All right, who do we have next? Benny Buckets.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
Oh.
My throat is itchy and my ear's itchy.
There's some turkey noises for you.
He says more.
All right, last one.
Oh, God.
They want more. All right, Austin, we're back.
You want to?
Are we back?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see your hand pop up, so.
That is actually on you, Ryan.
It was up.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed our day. And
How
we
would you
are.
spell a turkey noise?
I think that's
That is GLULULULULUL.
Yeah.
Sick. Okay, my voice is gonna get
pretty
destroyed.
spot
So for those that were talking shit earlier in the show, with not including the females with this, the top 10 ranking for tonight, the top 10 Disney princesses.
Here we go.
Toucan bat. All right. Yep. Let's do it.
Okay. Let's dive into it. Top 10 Disney princesses, starting with number 10. One of the OGs, Cinderella.
She's not even dressed in yellow.
Cinderella dressed in yellow. Hey.
Cinderella.
The story is great, but there's something about a woman that, just loses her shoe. And it's like, oh, I'm going to go around and check to see what foot fits. The fuck are you doing?
Big foot fetish with this movie that not a lot of people talk about.
Yeah.
That, and there's a lot of sexual innuendos, like getting inside a pumpkin. It's a little weird here, guys, so I'm with you, Austin.
Yeah,
Greg's girlfriend is prepared to disagree with you on every single option, so I would like to see Greg's girlfriend where you would rank them, and you can comment it.
Just say
I'm
thumbs
excited.
up, thumbs down.
Let's do it at the end, and then if it's, if it matches up, but it'll probably be the least.
Guys, we have a running joke. It's
I don't even know how it started.
I put it on my Instagram story.
I
and
didn't
then
see it. We'll have you blocked.
Moving from
Fair.
10 to 9. I think this is proper. A lot of people are going to disagree, but I think it's proper. Jasmine from Aladdin.
I think this is terrible.
Why?
Because I love Jasmine.
Right. But is she the subject of this film?
She kind of badass.
She's not. I would argue she's like the least important character of this entire film.
I don't
But
know
she's
about
still
that.
great.
The guy that Aladdin steals the bread from. Did I get you?
Well, yeah, you might have. At least
He actually-
main important
He
character. At
actually
least
starred in other movies because of that role.
The bread
was
guy.
that?
The bread guy.
He starred as the cabbage guy in Avatar.
Yeah.
Dude, that was good. Oh man. Yeah, Jasmine's great and everything, but there's just some qualities that she doesn't bring a lot to the table in this movie. And yeah, she's like, I want to find like my own person to pick. I'm sick of like getting stuff picked for me. So I get it, but it's just not enough.
She had her own tiger though.
I
She
wish
gave her, like
everyone-
2 extra spots up there.
Wow. It takes men 2, Siegfried and Roy, to have a tiger. Jasmine had one on her own.
It's true.
Bump her up.
Going from a psychological standpoint. Number 8. This one was a tough one. This is a tough one.
Turkey-logical.
Pocahontas.
Oh,
Number
Joe
8.
Exotic, that's a really good point.
Yeah, Pocahontas at 8. I think this is right.
I know the rest of your list, and I agree with a lot of the names. There are 2 other ones that I would push behind Pocahontas, because Pocahontas is a fucking badass.
Yeah.
But it's a tough list.
Yeah, it's like
She was a
'cause
rebel.
You're ranking this whole thing on all different perceptions. How well they did in the film, how well were they received, what did they contribute, like all that kind of stuff. But yeah, Pocahontas at 8, man. I wish she could be higher, but maybe it'll change later in the later rankings that I do. But as of right now, Pocahontas at 8. This is one you're going to disagree with, Derek. I maybe 7 is Ariel.
Yeah, without giving too much away, she's ahead of the next 2 for me, and it's not even a conversation. But I'm just happy she's on this ranking, because she is a redhead, and we know that Austin particularly hates putting redheads where they belong on rankings, circa Wendy's.
True. Didn't even think about that one.
Yeah.
I was wondering where you were going with this, but then I
thought you were going
had
to say
to.
something about yourself there, like he didn't put you on a ranking or something, but
Rojas, are you talking about? Oh, Pocahontas has to be the most influential character Disney's put out. Pocahontas should be number 1. Big oof. I don't know about number 1. There's a couple.
There's conversation to get her into the top 5, but I don't have it right now. Like
So they're saying Pocahontas should be ahead of Ariel, which I don't hate. I think they both deserve to be in front of the next 2. Is where I'll stand, Oz.
Maybe.
Don't. God damn it! You're the rank king. Don't you
No.
dare think twice about this.
I'm not. I'm saying like
stand up for yourself.
Don't tell me what to do, Bo. God damn it.
Not stand up to him. Stand up to me.
Who are you?
Stand up to the townsfolk, Austin.
Number 6. He's like flabbergasted right now. Like, Oh man. Number 6, and I'm hopefully saying this right. Because I had it wrong originally on the list and Vo found and corrected it.
I was gonna put it how you had it, but I'm a good friend.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Merida from Brave.
Hey, look, another redhead.
This
she doesn't. I mean, she is cool.
I don't really know this one.
This is a great one. Like, she doesn't want to be what they're trying to make her to be. So she literally leaves home and tries to, you know, go on this like journey and shit. And she's one of the only Disney princesses that sets off on her own and is able to have like actual confrontation physically. You know, she carries around a bow and arrow and shit, so she's not afraid to get her hands dirty, which I love, like, personally. And I know that's why, like, a lot of people are maybe this higher thinking, why? That's why. Like, she's not a damsel in distress. She's never wanted to be a damsel in distress. She wants to be the one that people talk about. So for me personally, like, this, it would have been higher for me a little bit personally, but I think this is where she belongs.
Interesting.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I don't hate it at all.
I didn't really know anything about her, but from how you described her.
Yeah, no, Vo, I would
deserves
see
it.
this, like,
It's a good movie.
One of the more impressive ones I've seen as of late. So, this is probably going to be the one that everyone goes, huh? Number 5, Rapunzel.
Yeah, there's no way Rapunzel's beating out Ariel, Austin. Come on now.
I don't know, man. I get where you're coming from and everything. I don't know.
Well, why Rapunzel at 5?
It's just maybe with the more development that she had with what's his name, which I can't get off the top.
Johnny Depp, but it's not Johnny Depp. It's just the character looks like Johnny Depp. So I put Rapunzel.
Close enough.
Man.
The fact that she is able to realize after all these years that she's been lied to about why she's had to stay in the tower and shit. Like, you could make the same argument, I guess, for Ariel with King Triton, like saying don't leave the water because the humans are bad and everything. I don't know. Like, Rapunzel to me is one of those more lighthearted characters with a more dark exterior than people think. You know, like, I mean, her mother literally kept her in a tower so she could use her hair to stop her from stop the mother from aging. That's dark, man. Like, that's some dark shit. Like, let me just cut you off from the rest of the world so I could feed off of you. Some dark shit.
Agreed.
So
she dealt with a lot.
She did. Number 4. I think the most recent one on here. Definitely.
Yeah, on here. Yes. Sorry. Yes.
Number 4 is Moana.
Don't talk to me.
That's this high, or is it not high enough?
She's number 2. I love Moana.
I love her too, and that's why she's top 5.
No, just the movie, the concept. I love everything about Moana.
Soundtrack.
The pig. The
Rock.
soundtrack.
The
Rock. Lin-Manuel Miranda. I could go on for hours. Moana is top 2.
She is influential to where the Disney princess ideology is starting to turn. It's starting to turn more away from like your gown and everything princess to your more, I don't want to say average girl, but like ones that go out of their way to be more than just good looking, I guess. Like, this was a huge step in the direction of positivity with Disney branching out and say, you can be a princess. You could be a princess. Like, if you put your mind to it.
Yeah,
and everything.
I think that's fair, especially with some of the original princesses. There was a very standard way that they all looked and functioned and acted in certain situations, and they are coming up with some other princesses that are, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Bo, any thought? You're like...
He's never seen any of these movies, so...
Of course not.
The newer ones I really haven't seen.
Dude, Moana...
Listen to the soundtrack, but...
Go watch Moana. Jesus,
Number 3, I want to make sure I'm pronouncing this right. Because I think... Look, I haven't seen the film in so long, so I don't remember if it's one way or the other. I'm pretty sure it's Tiana, though, right?
Yeah.
Am I saying that right? Okay. Tiana from The Princess and the Frog.
I still have yet to see this movie, and I would love to.
Oh, dude,
Oh, wow. Funny how that works. I'm in the same boat.
What? Punch him! Beat him up! Parking lot brawl!
I'm gonna tweet again, so
Oh, no.
keep doing your little show.
I'm just going to block you on Twitter.
Did you text me the TikTok, Austin? I will get to your TikToks.
You
Do
said
not
to send
text
it to
me.
You, you said to send it to you.
Do the show.
Okay.
Do the show.
All right. So, one of the more princesses that basically she worked for everything that she had. Like, she had her own restaurant and everything. She does fall victim to falling into a spell of turning into a frog. And the whole journey throughout this whole process with the movie is so great. Derek, I beg you to see this movie. It opened my eyes, man. Like, I loved the villain. I loved the concept. I loved everything that this. It was so different. Same, but different.
Yeah, I've seen the songs, and I adore the music in this one. But
yes, it's very jazz inspired, and I loved every second of it.
Yeah, what? Yeah, what?
And yeah, what? Number two comes to us as some would argue the golden girl of Disney princesses. This is Belle, Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, she's top 3.
Okay,
She's top 3 for me. She's 3.
Your breathing made me feel like it was a roast coming.
Well, I don't think Belle did anything wrong. Like, I love Belle. It's just I like Moana and the person that is at number 1 more.
Yeah, I mean, she, again, one of those characters that was not going to be swayed by your average, man being Gaston. She wanted to be her own thing, find her own path and everything, which is great. So, what's up, Gaston? That was, what's his name? One of the sidekicks. Ludimir.
Pretty spot
I knew it was
on.
French.
Pretty spot on. I
I
think he's just doing a French accent, and he's just saying that. But
I mean, I saved it for me.
Yeah.
I had literally believed everything he said until you ruined it.
Always.
I got you, Us.
Shut up, Vol. Number.
You're teetering towards the cleaning shrimp in Finding Nemo, by the way.
Austin, just so you know, every time you tell me to shut up, I'm keeping track.
You have a shut up counter? We need that.
I do have a shut up
We
counter.
need that.
We need to put it in the corner of the...
I thought about it.
Ding!
Once I figure it out,
Just
we'll do
like,
that.
as soon as he does, takes a marker and just drags it along.
Yep. Oh, we're back to 10 viewers.
Oh! I would love to. Is a French turkey possible? All right.
Type that one out.
We're all right now. The number 1 Disney princess. Don't say. Little.
The greatest.
The number 1 Disney princess. This is untouched, and I don't care what anybody says. Mulan.
Yeah, Mulan would be number 1.
He literally saved China. Like, saved it. And defeated a whole dynasty, basically, with her in a military, while pretending to be a man to break gender stereotypes.
Yeah, this was way ahead of their time. I love this.
This was great. And I haven't seen the live action film, but I've heard to stay away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I heard it was bad.
it doesn't have, Eddie Murphy, Mushu. So
Yeah, I think it's like off of a different story. Like it doesn't line up with this movie, the animated movie.
No, there's no Mishu. There's no.
It doesn't make sense, like for me, why it's. But yes, the girl is literally the most badass of all the princesses, and she don't give a damn. She'll murder how many people to save China. So.
Yeah, no, she would be my 1. Moana would be my 2. Belle would be my 3. So you're not far off by any stretch of the imagination, Austin. That's just where I have it.
Vo, have you seen Mulan?
Yes. I have seen the
On the right.
Not the new one.
I have not seen the
was
new one
ready-
either. I
I was
wasn't
ready
paying
for-
for it.
I was ready for Derek to get up out of his seat.
I would have popped a beer just so I could use the cap gun and this guy.
But yes,
That is a nice cap.
those are our top 10 Disney princesses. Let's run them back real quick.
Yeah.
Number 10, Cinderella. Number 9, Jasmine. 8, Pocahontas.
No.
7, Ariel.
Love you, buddy.
6, Merida. 5, Rapunzel. 4, Moana. 3, Tiana. 2, Belle. And 1, Mulan. So we'll put these out.
Yeah.
You guys will vote. And, I'm curious because did Greg's girlfriend come up with a list?
No, I don't know if Sarah's.
Give it.
I don't know,
hasn't said
Sarah.
anything
She hasn't
yet.
said anything yet. I think she quit because she was upset with you. The
I
fuck we
wondered-
doing
I
princesses,
wondered-
Eric? Because we're not jerks. Like,
Yeah,
what is
come
this,
on,
what's this
dude.
guy talking about? Yeah,
What?
what a
What?
weirdo. Bueno's just being a weirdo, like a weirdo. You know, like when you see the guy at Pizza Hut and you're like, oh, that guy's a mass murderer. That's like what you feel when you see.
Is that the one that just goes and orders a giant salad and just eats the salad from the salad bar instead of eating the pizza?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe.
The bar's not that great, so that's
Maybe.
why
I don't know.
It's very specific, Austin.
I might have done it once or twice. But yes, those
not
are our
surprised,
top 10.
Austin.
Those are our top 10. Well, you know what? I got to be healthy sometimes. So,
Big facts.
those are our top 10 Disney princesses. We will put different varieties of rankings on here for you guys to vote on. If I got it right, if I didn't get it right, which I got it right, to make your own.
Smart.
See what your top 10 Disney princesses are, and we will see what you got. Can you stump the Rank King? I highly doubt it, but your challenges are always welcome. To everyone that tuned in, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. This has been our Disney-centered episode, and we will be back next week.
Court is adjourned.